All eyes on Doge. Big run up. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Saturday. That's right, we are live on a Saturday because Dogecoin is pumping. Yes, we do have big move in Dogecoin overnight. We were live on Friday. A lot of questions about what Doge was going to do over the weekend, especially overnight, and what the Asian markets were going to do with Doge. And what I said was, the Asian markets don't want to be left out of the Dogecoin pump. So we had this last night. Overnight, Dogecoin pumps up over 22 cents, actually comes up over 23 cents early this morning. It's a good day. It's a good day for Doge in the green. This is what we're doing. Yes, it's a Saturday live stream. Welcome. Special Saturday. That's why you got to be subscribed, right? And I also thought, since I get other people's attention, they're scrolling through YouTube and they're like, a live stream about Dogecoin? Let me check that out. Hey, who's this guy? KrissPax? What the heck? Yeah, I think I'll subscribe. I think I'll like. Maybe I'll become a member. This is cool. That's why I'm live. I was going to make a video and then I thought, well, that's no fun. I didn't make a video. Videos are all right, but why not be live so I can see how you guys are doing? Yeah, I got a bunch of stories to cover and I got some charts and graphs to cover. We will cover all of that. Yeah, Danny, mark my words, right? What was that, 10-cent Dogecoin? Mark my words, by Friday, 10-cent Dogecoin. And I'm like, nope, nope. That's not what is going on in the markets. The bears are in hibernation now. The shorts are getting wrecked. This has 2021 vibes to it. That's what I was thinking this morning. I was like, a pump like this is very much like 2021. Bitcoin is going sideways at 103. It's just sideways, right? But Doge is pumping. That's what happened. The same thing in 2021 happened, where Bitcoin was just it already had gone on a big run up to like 64K back in like February of 2021. And by April, it was just kind of going sideways, a little down. And Doge was pumping. It wasn't relying on Bitcoin. It was trading up on its own. And that's why I say this is a lot like 2021 right now. Now, we also have the comparisons to 2017 that I will show you. And again, why I believe we're still in a bull market. The bull market never went away. Yeah, we had a big retrace, right? January to April, no doubt. Memes got hit hard, especially those meme tokens. WIF, Bonk, Pepe. WIF is coming back. Yeah, big run up today on WIF. Yesterday, we were looking at Peanut and we were looking at Moodang, right? And I was saying, hey, might want to be thinking about taking some profits on the Moodang and on that Peanut, because those tokens, they're the ones that are going to hype, right? They're going to go up, blast up in price, and then there's going to be huge selling and they're going to come down. And that's exactly what happened. So we'll look at some of those tokens as well. But for now, all eyes on Doge, right? All eyes on Doge. That's where we are at 22.7 cents as we start the live stream. And will we be able to get back up over 23 like we were early this morning? So that 23 line is in red. That is short-term resistance. If we get momentum going with Doge, 24 and onward, for Doge. So let's get into it. How's everybody doing? Let me check in on the chat before I get to the news and the charts, because this is a special Saturday edition of KrissPax Live. We'll talk crypto, concentrate a lot on Doge, but we talk about other things. I always look at Bitcoin, always look at ETH, right? Because ETH still has a story to tell. And then whatever else is on your mind. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Cheers. This is just a Sprite Zero today. It's a Sprite Zero at lunch. I'm saving the good drinks for dinner later. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. So what do we got going on in the chat? Of course, all eyes on Doge. Yes. That's a catchy tune, isn't it? Very catchy tune. Let's go. Yep, Ryan. Positive momentum we've got. Wooden House is back, still holding 60,000 Doge at 14 cents. You're in the green. Little dicey there in April, wasn't it? When Doge was in the 13s and you're like, man, really? Yep. Bird Lovers Hub, Amir from Pakistan. Hope all is well with you and your family in Pakistan. Hoping for, of course, peace in the world. Hope all is well there. Jay, cheers. Caitlin, how are you? Yeah. Hello. Anybody there? Anybody there? 23 cents. Yummy. Yes. And this is what I like about Doge, right? It doesn't just have the big green candle straight up like we saw on Moodang yesterday, right? It's just like it runs up and then it settles. Accumulation right here, right? And then it'll go up again. That's a better way to hold price, in my opinion. Yep, Adam, feel like Doge is sort of doing its own thing too. Bitcoin going sideways at 103, but Doge 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It's pretty good. Good morning. Good morning. We will look at targets, James. We'll take a look at those in just a minute. Jay reminds everyone to like the live stream. Appreciate the likes, everybody. Here we are on a Saturday. Caitlin, yep. Activity in the market. You can feel it. I can feel it, which is why I'm not just doing a video today, but I'm actually live because sharing the love, what's going on in the market. And it isn't the whole crypto market right now. It's really being led by Doge. Yeah, WIF is going up good too. Yeah, but it's Dogecoin. And this is what I've been saying is this next run up in this bull market is going to be led by Doge. Huge things coming for Dogecoin. Dogecoin can move the markets. And we're feeling it right now. We're feeling it right now. Hashtag nothing beats the live. There you go, right? Cynthia, I'm happy. Yes, I did sell for profit back in December and January. I took profits, and then we had the big retrace. Now I've been buying on the dips, and we're moving back up. We're moving back up. Hey, Rage, how are you? I'm doing well. I am doing well. Cynthia. This is investing too, right? It's not just like hodl until you die, right? So taking a little profit here and there, there's nothing wrong with that. Bitcoin dominance dropping. We'll take a look at that, Lucky. Yep. We'll take a look at that. Christian, love and life. Yeah. Fisher, happy Saturday. Ryan says 23 cents this stream for sure. Yes. Adam, quite a treat to see Kriss on a Saturday. Here we are. Yep, special day. Make sure to like and also subscribe, everyone. If you haven't already subscribed, welcome. Welcome. We'll get into the good stuff in just a minute. Just getting caught up on the chat here. Air Lorian's here. How are you? Reached the last batch to 80K while we were at 20 cents. Stickman, how are you? The only thing I'm waiting for is the meme pages to start posting memes of Dogecoin, because that's when I remember the price really going up, along with Elon, of course. Yeah, you see it sort of slowly growing now, not quite the craziness of 2021, but that can still come. That can still come. DB, you're almost in the green totally, huh? All right. Annika, there's no specific thing about Doge overnight other than yesterday we were talking about the Asian markets and what the Asian markets were going to do when they woke up. They decided to pump Doge too. Buying of Dogecoin. When they got up in the morning, they were like, it's a good time to buy Doge. And so up the price went. That's it. A lot of good things to look forward to. We've talked about the Dogecoin ETFs, the House of Doge. Indy 500, although it's just a marketing thing, it's still pretty cool. And now there's a group of Dogecoin folks who are setting up a meet and greet in Indianapolis. Maybe get Devlin DeFrancesco, the driver, to come to the meet and greet and celebrate Dogecoin at the Indianapolis 500. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So, hey, Stephen, I am here today. You never know. You never know why you got to be subscribed. Special Saturday. Nope, Alex, Doge is not going up because of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, it's just kind of going sideways here. Like we said yesterday, just kind of going sideways. So it's not because of Bitcoin. Nope, it's Doge going up on its own, which Dogecoin can do, which is why I say this is starting to feel like 2021 when Dogecoin was pumping and hardly anything else was. Yes, we'll look at the WIF chart because WIF did go up too. But for the most part, this is a Dogecoin-led rally that's going on. Now, the Doge weekly candle looks like the first candle before the runner-up from November on the weekly. We'll take a look at the weekly chart here. Yep, this is the turnaround we were looking at. And during the live stream, we drew this cup, and I'll put it back in white here so we can see it. We drew that cup, and we were like, this is starting to look like a big cup that's happening with Doge. And we'll have a little handle out here somewhere, right? That'll be the dip, maybe late June or something, but that's what this is starting to look like. All the way from January is a big cup. And this big weekly green candle certainly looks nice, doesn't it? We come back to the daily and we're like, yep, those are some pretty good candles there on the daily chart for Dogecoin. Stains, that Canada, that 51st state thing, who knows, right? Doge and ETH, yeah, we'll look at ETH as well. ETH is playing a role in this as well. ETH is up 4%. Doge is up 11% on the day. Always good to buy on the dip. Yes, Colm. Adam, PAX on a Saturday, rare treat. Stop to say hi. Okay. Hey, Matt. Yep. You said you were going to join in. Here you are. Enjoying your coffee. Cheers. Good morning to you. Out there over in the West. I'm here in the East. It's already afternoon here. Kind of a dreary, cold Boston, spring day here, but it's going to be nice tomorrow for Mother's Day. So all the mothers, I will be having a Mother's Day live stream on Sunday, 4 o'clock p.m. East Coast time. We'll be starting on a Sunday. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers for tomorrow. Joshua, how are you? Doge to the moon, sunshine. Good to see you as well. You knew I was coming on today. Well, there we go. I did kind of hint at it. Yesterday. I was like, we might just do a live stream here. And where's Dogecoin's price now? $22.96. We are getting close to eclipsing 23 cents again here on the live. Let's go. Hey, Kevin. Doing great. Rage. Working another open to close. Nothing wrong with that. Got to work. Got to make that money. Merchik thinks there's resistance up at 25 to 28. Yep. But that's okay. 1 penny at a time is fine. Just keep taking out those shorts, penny at a time. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, SP, how are you? Exactly, Matt. A slow and steady rise is better than a sudden spike. And we keep seeing that again and again as these other tokens, we can just look at it right now, right? Because this is what Doge has done. And remember, everyone was talking about Peanut yesterday, right? Remember Peanut? And what did I say about Peanut, right? Peanut was racing up on Friday, and it was about, during the live stream, it was down here at about 35, 36 cents. And I looked back in the past and I said, might want to start thinking about taking a little profits around 40. It came up to 42, peaked, and then look what happened. It's now back down to 32 cents. So there were a couple in the chat that owned some Peanut. They took profits up here at 40, 41 cents. That was the move. Let's look at Moodang too. That was the other big one yesterday, right? The big mover, Moodang, yesterday. Same thing. Look at it dropping like a rock now. Moodang was up here at 15 cents. Everyone was like, Moodang. If you bought Moodang at 15 cents, it's all the way down to 11 cents now. That means if you bought up here on all the excitement, right, following the green candles, getting in on the FOMO, you're now down 25%. That's why you don't buy these. Just stick with Doge. Just stick with Doge. That's all. But that's what we got. Hey, Jason, how are you? Jason is going to the Indy 500. There might be a Dogecoin meetup. So check out on X. Looks like they're trying to organize a Dogecoin meetup. So check that out. That is awesome. I'm not going in the Indy 500 because that night I'm actually going to Las Vegas to be for the Bitcoin conference. And I am going to wear Doge merch at the Bitcoin conference. That's going to be fun. Just to see what people say. But I will be wearing Dogecoin merch at the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas. 50 cents in June. That was what I said back here. If you follow me on X, I am at KrissPax. And this was my post getting a lot of attention here, which is Dogecoin following the M2 money supply with a 110-day delay, that we would be over 50 cents in June, just like Hero says. 50 cents in June, that's what I posted. This is actually looking pretty good right now. We'll see whether we follow this path up to 50 cents. We will see how that goes. Kevin took some profits December, January. Good move. My average after buying more is 17 cents. So now all in profit. Going to wait for that next big move up. Take some more profits. It's a good way to go, Kevin. BTC tends to pump first, then go sideways while alts rally. We'll look at the altcoin chart in a minute as well. Mike, so close to long-term capital gains instead of short-term. That's a big difference, especially if you're in the United States. The difference in the taxes you pay, the capital gains taxes between short-term and long-term, depending on what state you're in. I'm in Massachusetts, and it's bad. The state tax, too, on those capital gains. Not good here. So, yes, it is a big difference. Big difference. Hey, Joe, how are you? Welcome on a Saturday. Yes, Kriss is here on a Saturday. Welcome. Oh, I have no Dogecoin. I was waiting for Doge to drop to 10 cents. Mark my words, it didn't happen. Didn't happen. You make buying on the dip an art form. We were there. I don't know what else to say, but we were there down in the 13s, remember? All the way back. Liberation Day, remember that? We talked about what was going to happen when Trump made that Liberation Day announcement, volatility in the markets. And I bought it 13.8 cents. Big bag of Doge there. 13.8 cents. I then bought here on this dip on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. It actually dipped. I was at like 17.15. Because I was like, this was like at the third dip here. It actually dipped a little bit lower to 16.5 before this big move. But even that Doge that I bought right there is up now over 33% on that dip. So those were my two purchases here that I've made this spring. 13.8 cents, big bag, 17.15, so bag. But this move up, that's pretty nice. Hey, boss, how are you? Yes, the glorious New England weather. Rain again on a Saturday. But Sunday, Mother's Day, it's going to be nice. At least in the Boston area. I don't know where you are in the country, but Boston's going to be nice. Nice for the mothers. Happy pre-Mother's Day. Hey, Kilmar, what are my Bitcoin holdings? It's about 1.1 Bitcoin. I had the one Bitcoin that I bought and held from last year, and then I had 0.1 Bitcoin from before. So it's 1.1. That's what I've got in BTC. 1.1. Yeah, we'll look at the ETH chart in a minute. There was just an $813,000 short liquidated on ETH. Yeah, we can look at the shorts as they're happening here. Over the past 24 hours, ETH has $91 million. It's the leader. Doge here, 10 million. 10 million in Doge. Bitcoin at 20, and even Mudang, people were trading Mudang on long and short. Mudang was taking them both out, almost split. That $9 million was split between long and short, getting them on both sides. And of course, Peanut, a lot of longs got taken out as Peanut dove down. Yep. Around town, how are you? Delilah, how are you? Let's go. Jason, you're going to represent Doge at the Indy 500. Awesome. Try to get to the meetup. Got to buy some of that Doge merch. Yep. For those who don't know about the Doge merch, there's a link in the description below to get some Doge merch. You click on that link there, or copy and paste it if it doesn't work for you. You'll go to the Kriss store and take a look at the Doge merch that I've got in the merch store. A lot of fun spreading the love of Dogecoin on a hat, short sleeve, long sleeve, tanks, even for the babies. If you got a new baby in the family, get a little onesie here with the Doge on it. Got a lot of those too. So check that out. Link in the description below. Just spreading the love of Dogecoin. Spreading the love of Doge. I know, right? Bitcoin maxis are going to love me in Vegas at the Bitcoin conference, walking around with my Dogecoin shirt on. But hey, you got to do something, right? You got to have a little fun. So that's what I plan on doing. I'm going to have some fun. Yep. Representing the people at the Bitcoin conference. That's it. All the Bitcoin maxis, yeah, they're going to be talking about the ETFs. They're going to be talking about the Michael Saylor, right? And the government strategic Bitcoin reserve. And I'm going to be like, remember that Bitcoin white paper? Remember that? What was Satoshi talking about in that Bitcoin white paper? He was not talking about a strategic Bitcoin reserve. He wasn't talking about Bitcoin as digital gold, right? He wasn't talking about governments and institutions and companies all buying Bitcoin just to hodl it. No, it was about using it as digital cash. Digital cash. That's what Satoshi was talking about. Bitcoin, that's not what it is anymore. Even the experiment in El Salvador failed. Bitcoin is no longer seen as an accepted currency in El Salvador. The whole Lightning Network thing didn't happen. Didn't happen. But Dogecoin is the people's currency, and that's what it takes in order to have that digital cash that Satoshi envisioned. And that's the message I will be sharing at the Bitcoin conference. If anybody wants to talk about it, I'll be glad to talk about it. I don't think so, because they're all going to have their blinders on. It's going to be Bitcoin only. I get that. I get that. But it'll be fun anyway. Hey, I'm used to dealing with the bears and the trolls here. So what about the Bitcoin maxis at the Bitcoin conference? Come on. I'll take them on. I will take them on. Orbison, how are you? Hello, hello. Shaj? Doge nearing that 23 cents. Yeah, we are almost there again. Happy Saturday, Vince. If the Republicans pass the new tax package, I got to see what the remaining sort of other items are after no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. Isn't that awesome? No tax on tips, no tax on overtime. What else is going to be in there? If it's no tax on US-based capital gains tax on crypto, I don't know if that's going to get in there or not. We'll see. Jodito, yep, live on a Saturday. It's a good day for Doge. I'm going to invest my Social Security taxes in more coin, thanks to Donald Trump. Yep. The fart coin is still doing well. Yeah, I don't really follow it. Great weekend for Doge. Sunshine, you're welcome. Repping Doge at the Bitcoin conference. Jay took some XRP profit and rolled it into Doge. And now you're already up. You're already up from last night on Doge. XRP, $2.41. I mean, it's been on a run. Hope you grab that profit at a nice peak on XRP. Doge will outperform. Let's send the mothers some Doge coins. Good idea for tomorrow. Celebrating Mother's Day. I know, hodl my beer. We were told Dogecoin was crashing below 10 cents. Remember, mark my words. Nope. Nope. Jay, you think Doge is going to jump to 25, 26 cents this coming week? Yes, that would be a nice move. I'm with you, Ross, as well. Yeah, the Bitcoin maxis will be nothing compared to the trolls that come onto the stream here. Ryan, do I see a healthy retest coming? I don't. I've drawn this line at 22 cents here. We were going penny by penny by penny, 19, 20, 21. Now we're over 22, and Doge is not showing any sign of stopping, despite Bitcoin just kind of going sideways here for the past 3 days. Dogecoin or Bitcoin sideways. Doge continuing up. Much uppy up. Yes, Ryan. All right, let's get into the news here. Now we got a nice crowd here. Welcome, everybody. Do give the stream a like, please. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And let's get into it. We'll just start right here. Doge explodes by 35% in 2 days. Is this just the start? Doge is among the top performers from the largest 100 today. So we go to coin market cap and we see Dogecoin now has a market cap of over $34 billion. Still number 8. $34 billion. Got a long ways to go to catch USDC because, of course, USDC is a stable coin. They've been continually minting more and more of their own stable coins. So they're now at 60 billion. So a way to go for Doge to get up there. It's got to be like 38, 40 cents before we can get back the 7th place. But if we click on the 24 hours, we get WIF. Well, yes, like I said earlier, WIF making a nice run here. But the number 2 is Dogecoin. Dogecoin is, over the past 24 hours, the number 2 leader out of the top 100. Arbitrum is moving up. A lot of that is based on ETH. We get the BitGet tokens, Celestia, Say, Uniswap, EOS, Aave, all moving, but it's Doge. Doge is the big one right there. So what's going on? Meme coin season seems to be returning as numerous representatives of that niche have recorded massive gains, including their leader, Dogecoin. Doge's price has soared by double digits on the daily, weekly, and monthly scale. Analysts seem to be aligned in thinking that this is just the start. This is what I've been saying even in April when things were looking bad. What was KrissPax saying? What was I saying back in April? I'm saying, wow, this looks a lot like 2017, right? The big gap between the two bull runs, a lot like 2017. So recall Doge's price had tumbled 13 cents just several weeks back during the darkest hours of the trade war between the US and essentially the rest of the world. And that's what it was. And when it came to that, the tariffs, it was always a fear of what might happen, not what was actually happening. That was true FUD. That was true FUD. And even Jerome Powell in the Fed was all caught up to it. He wasn't basing the Fed's decisions on the data like he always talks about. It wasn't about the data. It was the fear of what might happen. The tariffs are going to cause inflation. The tariffs are going to cause a recession. No. You can't make decisions on the fear of what might be in the future. The Fed is supposed to make decisions based on the data, which Powell always says that. But he didn't this time. And so did not lower interest rates. And Trump is like, guys, get on the bandwagon. The markets are going to pump. Even Trump said that the other day. It was just like, the markets are going to pump. They're going to rocket up. Because he knows as well. So if you guys weren't buying on the dips, you're going to be FOMOing in as the price goes higher. That's what the market is looking like now. This, like I've said now for the past month, I don't think this is the year to sell in May and go away. It's just the markets are not acting like that because we had, as Ali shows here, we had this big pullback from January to April, this giant pullback. That's why I don't think this summer there's going to be a pullback, because we already had it. We already had it. If anything, it's going to be sideways through the summer with, some dips along the way. Probably that at the worst. But so that's what it's looking like. As the global macro conditions improve, though, so did the crypto market, and Dogecoin has been among the front runners of the gains. Fast forward to May 8th, the OG meme coin's price stood at about 17 cents. And in just a short 48-hour period, its price skyrocketed by 35% to its highest level since early March, and that is 23 cents. So that's where we are. And look at that, 22.97. We're about to eclipse 23. Let me zoom in here again. We're about to make 23 cents again. This is why I'm saying this is feeling so much more like 2021, because this isn't Bitcoin. Bitcoin's just going sideways at 103. This is Doge by itself that's moving here. This is Doge. 23, yes, boom, there it is. We have just reclaimed 23 cents. Woo. Let's go.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge.
Ah, there we go. Let's go. Let's go. And this is why I decided to do a live stream today and not just a video, because like I said, this has got those vibes to it, those 2021 vibes where Doge is just pumping, Doge is just going up. Wanted to share it all with you guys, and sure enough, this is what we got. Yeah, the Ali chart is a bit of a clickbait. Yes, it is, but this is better than his other one. Like I said the other day when he first posted this, he reposted it again today with the new pump here, but he had posted this chart the other day, and I was like, that's actually a good chart that Ali made. And because that other one that showed the $18 Doge, that's just a piece of junk. This one is more realistic. So So that's what Ali says. He picked up the move, outlined even more bullish price targets for Doge. Ali, among the more modest ones, envisioning a price surge to 27 cents. That's on the short term, though, as it has strongly formed its ascending support trend line. So that's pretty good for Doge. Satoshi Flipper is more bullish, indicating Doge's price against the dollar is ripping. And his chart predicts a surge to 40 cents. And Cephi told their 80,000 followers on X, Dogecoin will have a new floor price because of the ETFs that they believe have a high likelihood of being approved. Advise people to hold and continue buying. If the price slips to 19 cents again, it might not do that. Doge will have a new price floor because of the ETFs, which have a high likelihood of being approved. ETFs will result in more Doge being held indefinitely too, even if they are only minimally popular. That's not going to happen. As a store of value, Doge market cap is very sensible. So this is what is going on with Dogecoin right now. What about Bitcoin? Well, Trader Allen says, look, Bitcoin has kind of been in this upward channel, kind of bouncing up and down. The next bounce up, Bitcoin is in that mode, and he's targeting $117,000 Bitcoin by the end of May. So even though Bitcoin is taking a breather right now, this could be that next big move for Bitcoin, which just means Doge will continue following. When Bitcoin goes up, Doge does not go down. Only if there's a big spike straight up in Doge and it gets shorted down, that's the only time when that happens with Doge. But these moves that Doge has been making penny by penny by penny, that's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. And on ETH, Trader Allen says, look, right now, ETH is starting to look like it did back in 2020 with the type of triangle formulation that it had, leading to ETH's run in 2020, which was actually pre-bull market of the 2021 bull. ETH was actually trading pretty well, but this was from like $149 up to $400. Still a good 3x that happened. In that same time, Doge was at 0.002, 0.003. So he just gives a little brief thing about ETH there. But what it really leads to is what's going to happen with Bitcoin dominance and what's going to happen with ETH versus Bitcoin. And he thinks that this is the beginning of ETH outperforming Bitcoin now, which means Bitcoin dominance is about to drop, signaling the start of alt season, where I'm saying, have you seen Dogecoin lately? Dogecoin is signaling the beginning of alt season. It's Dogecoin that's signaling it. But ETH can come along for the ride, sure. ETH can come along for the ride. But look, it's Dogecoin. Dogecoin jumps 27% as Bitcoin inches closer to record price. Dogecoin's price is barking its way back up the charts as Bitcoin nears 104,000. Ethereum doing well as well, but this is about Dogecoin now. Dogecoin hit its highest price in months early Saturday, nearly touching 23, but we just saw it hit 23 cents again. As the broader crypto market rebounds and Bitcoin sits mere percentage points away from its all-time high. So Bitcoin's taken a breather, still over $100,000 for a Bitcoin, but Doge is the one that has its eyes on it. It's Dogecoin. So yeah, there's a lot of text there, too much to read, blah, blah, blah. let's get to the charts. So first, Doge tipping says, look, Doge over 22 cents last night. That was good. Thank you for hodling. Yes, that is all good for Doge. Thanks for hodling. Doge over 22. And then continued up to 23. For those that were swing trading Dogecoin, I don't know what to say. We covered that yesterday in the live stream, and I posted a clip on my X channel from Friday's live stream when Luis asked, what's your swing strategy? And this was after somebody in the chat said, I sold my Doge at 21 cents. I'm waiting for it to drop back down to 19 to buy back in. And what did I say? What did I say when that was posted? I was like, I don't know about that. This is not the time to be cute with your Doge. It's not the time to be swing trading Doge because Doge may not see 19 cents. And then I went on, and when Louis asked his question about my swing strategy, I was like, I will swing Dogecoin when Doge is going sideways, right? Or we're in a bear market. But in 2025, which I still believe is a bull market, I said, this is not the time to be cute, not the time to be playing games with your Doge, because it had all the makings of Dogecoin still going up. And that guy who sold at 21 to buy back in at 19 is missing out on this continuation of this bull run. It's not the time to be cute with your Doge. And I said it, and you can watch this video clip right here. I said, Doge is going to go up to 22, 23 cents, and then you're going to have to FOMO in at a higher price. You've lost Doge. Why would you do that? So check out that clip. You can watch the whole live stream if you want from Friday. That's on my channel, but you can just watch this 2-minute clip that I posted on X here from yesterday's live stream, because that pretty much summed it up. That's kind of what it was all about, because people asking, well, how low is the next Dogecoin dip going to be? And I'm like, why are we talking about dips, right? Why are we talking about dips? We shouldn't be talking about dips. We're talking about a continuation of a bull run that got sidetracked because of the fear of tariffs. That's what's going on. So yes, thank you for hodling. For those that hodled, you made it through. Now I know some of you probably bought some 30-cent or 40-cent Dogecoin. I get that. I think we're going to get back up there. And then you're going to be feeling better about yourself, not kicking yourself. Why did I buy Doge then? Especially like the guy who said, you told me to buy Dogecoin at 40 cents. And I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't say that. I was taking profits. Remember when I sold my first slice at 42 cents? I was like, I was taking profits. I wasn't saying buy. I was saying I'm taking profits. Anyway, but who knew that whole tariff thing was going to come and we were going to have this huge retrace? So I get it. I don't blame anyone. It's just don't blame me, right? Don't blame me. Trader Allen says, look, Dogecoin's rate of change breaks out to the base. Next 3x pump is coming for Doge. That's right. He's targeting 46 cents on this move from the 13-cent low. Very similar to what happened last fall. Of course, we know why there was this big blue rectangle, right? That was all Trump wins the presidency, Elon talking about Doge, right? The Department of Government Efficiency. And some even speculating Dogecoin in the US government, of which I said, no, that's not going to happen. Don't be talking about that. That's just not realistic. This next blue rectangle needs a catalyst. Yes, Doge is pumping now before the ETFs, right? That's what a lot of this is pre-ETF. We don't know when the ETFs are going to get approved, but that's what I think this move is like, okay, for Dogecoin, we've retraced enough, we've hit the bottom, now we're moving back up. But that next big spike like we had in November isn't going to come naturally. It needs something. And it could be the ETFs, which is why I'm still thinking we may just kind of go sideways through the summer, because the 240-day on the ETF thing with the SEC probably won't be till early fall. Maybe SEC will surprise us, but I'm not hoping for that. What else we got? We got lots of charts here. Dogecoin, MACD crossover. Yes, on the weekly chart, we do have a MACD crossover happening. And with that MACD crossover, that usually leads to the next big spike in Dogecoin, just like we had again last fall between September, October. We talked about that move up to 48 cents and what was behind that. But we also had a MACD crossover in 2023, which is right behind my head here. You can't see that on the chart. But that led to a big move in early 2024 up to 23-cent Doge before retracing. So we had that move, a retrace. We had the move up to 48 and a retrace. What might be that next big move? Could it be up to $1? So again, here we start, right? As soon as Doge starts moving, we start seeing these dollar Dogecoin things. Try not to get all caught up in that. We don't know if Doge is going to $1 again. And if you're got that 2021 mindset like I had back in 2021, that I'm not going to take any profits until Doge goes to $1. Remember the Dogecoin millionaire, Glauber Contesato, right? Said, I'm not selling. Diamond hands, baby, waiting for $1. And it didn't come. Do you want to round trip your Doge another 4 years? Or do you want to just take a little bit of profit? Maybe. Maybe. And here's Ali's chart again. Dogecoin is rebounding strongly from its ascending support trend line, eyeing a potential move up to 27 cents. He actually has the 0.618 fib at 29 cents. I don't know why he said 27, because I'm looking at his chart here, and this is the 0.618 at 29 cents. That should be the target, not 27. Ali is just, he's messing up his own chart. It says clearly, but the 0.618 here is 29 cents. Oh, Ali. I'm complimenting him on actually having a decent chart here, and he still messes it up. Meanwhile, Satoshi Flipper, yes, Satoshi Flipper has posted a Dogecoin chart, the Doge curl up. Price is ripping. The Doge curl up. That is what is happening. So not to be left out, Doge is rounding out the bottom, accelerating its breakout. This is how Dogecoin trades. This is just like 2021. This is what we're seeing, which I think would be a nice little cup with a handle. Will play out nicely. On the weekly chart, we'll keep our eyes on that. Fear and Greed Index up to 72 for Dogecoin, now in the greed mode, but that's okay. It still has more dark green to go. So that doesn't mean, oh, it's greed now, I need to sell. No, that's not what that means. But greed is good right now after that big retrace. And then lastly, I go back to this. Again, this was back from March when crypto analyst KrissPax, that's, wait, who? KrissPax? Yeah, that's me. Crypto analyst KrissPax has revealed that the Dogecoin price is mirroring a pattern from a previous bull run. And what was that? It was the 2017 bull cycle. So again, this was back in March. I said this, that KrissPax stated that the Dogecoin price continues to trade in a similar pattern to the 2017 bull cycle. He added that if the second large breakout of this cycle happens, Doge could surge well over the current all-time high of 73 cents. His accompanying chart showed that Doge could reach $4. It was just a chart. That's not what I actually said, right? But you take the fractal and you copy it over and whatever. The point was, when everyone else was screaming, Doge is dying, Doge is dead, Doge is going down, Doge going to zero, all of that stuff, I was saying, nope, this is mirroring 2017 with a double run pattern, which I thought that, again, because of the summer months, maybe that double run pattern will be separated more. But Doge is telling me, Kriss, now I'm not waiting for the summer. I'm just going to start moving up now. But it is very similar to 2017. And you can look at those 2017 runs that Doge had. We can look at it on, let's go to this chart here that we look at. And we have to go to the weekly. And so this is what we have right now, is this big run from November 2024. And now starting the second run right here. This is where we are right now. We go back to 2017. Let's skip 2021, even though there is a little similarity to 2021. But we go back to 2017, through the bear market of 2018, blah, blah, blah. And here we have it, 2017. We had this first run right here to this orange circle. That first run, Dogecoin went up to 0.004. And then it went down and was in a downward channel before this big breakout, the second run of that cycle. And that's why I said, this is starting to look like what 2024 into 2025 looks like, is that this is still to come. Could we have this kind of run? So that's where the $4 thing came from, was the mirror of that. I don't know if we're going to get that much acceleration. A lot of that was based on Bitcoin going up to $20,000 at the end of 2017. So Doge was going crazy too. Are we going to see that as well? Not so sure it's going to be quite that parabolic, but you never know what can happen. You never know, which is why I'm like, again, don't play games, swing trading, and trying to be cute. This is the time to buy on the dips and hodl and see what happens. Again, not financial advice, but that is the play. That is the play. So that's the 2017 thing. Again, I said this 2 months ago when Dogecoin was down in the dumps and everyone was fear of recession, bear market, like all that stuff. And I'm saying, no, it's not a bear market. It's a pullback because of the fear of tariffs without any data to support it. And look what's happening now. So that's been my message. Yes, I took profits back in January. December and January, I took profits on Doge because we had a house to buy. That was my proof of house now that I have here, because that was our goal from 2022 to 2025, was to buy a house, cash, no bank, no mortgage, and we accomplished that. So yes, I have a lot less Doge now than I had 6 months ago. Yes, that is true. Somebody's saying, you never sell your Doge. And I'm like, yeah, right? You gotta have your life chips, right? Like Raul Paul says, gotta have your life chips. So I did that. And now we're going again. Again, I bought more on the dips here. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, sounds. I am anti-bank. I'm anti-bank. My final goal is to get rid of my Bank of America account and be totally free of the banks. That's going to be my final goal there, is to get out of that. And I mean, X payments, X money, when it starts up, is that going to be something? No, it wasn't only Dogecoin, Armando. The house was a mix. Dogecoin was like 30 to 40% of my overall portfolio. I had a lot of other altcoins that I sold to make up my overall profit. And I got rid of almost all of that. So I smell a second mortgage. No, there's no mortgage here, Ramon. No mortgage. Why would I go back to a bank and borrow money? I don't need it. I don't want it. Do not want it. And look at this move, guys. Look at this move in Dogecoin. It's saying 23 cents. I'm going to keep going up. Well, Bitcoin remains at 103.4. Dogecoin keeps moving up. This is why I say this has some 2021 vibes here happening right now, because this isn't following Bitcoin. This is buying pressure on Dogecoin, taking out more shorts, and thinking ahead of what's coming for Doge, buying now, because Doge isn't going to be in the 20s for too long. So that's what we got, guys. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, let me get caught up in the chat here. I only sold 2,000 Doge out of my 7,000 at 20 cents. Bought back in at 22.5. So you lost a few Doge on the swing, but you're back in the game. Yep, Daniel. You got to be in the game. Doesn't make sense to be cute like that. Red Bull, you're now in the green. Your DCA is at 22 cents. Now we're at 23. Awesome. Awesome. Jason, of course, is the professional hodler. Yes. We do know that. Ramon, I know your big bag of Doge. Those are the big profits. Yes. Absolutely. You still think 24 is a psychological number? Well, that's the next one. Hey, Josh, how are you? 24 cents and we're gone. Yeah. Has the FOMO started? Well, you can see it in the chat here. And someone else who tried to swing trade bought back in because it's going up. Got a little feeling we're about to see a correction. I know, it's always like right there, right? It's like, how long is this pump going to last? How long is it going to keep going before it pulls back? And 23 cents was resistance, but look at Doge move. It's still going up. I don't see any bears. There's a few that are kind of on the fence thinking there's going to be a big pullback. And Dogecoin has done that many times before. And most likely it will have a dip, but because it doesn't go up only, there's always a pullback that happens. Profit taking starts. Somebody's shorting it. But right now, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it right now. Joseph, you've been DCAing for 4 years. Your average is 7 cents. Sweet. Profit-taking targets Clayton has 40 cents, 69, and 99. That's not bad. Do 20% at 40, 20% at 69, 20% at 99, and then just keep the other 40 just to see what happens. Something like that. That makes sense. Rocket Baby. Johnny, you're skeptical a little, but still buying. Brian, bought my Doge at 17 cents, been holding for over a year. Don't plan on selling any time soon. Pedro, let's go. Luis, still saying 35 cents by the end of May. That would be awesome. Maybe 50 cents in June, like the M2 money supply chart I made. That would be awesome. Let's go, Jared. Yep, Kilmar. Strong days for Doge. Won't lie, I doubled my coins on this pullback. I trusted, well, you trust in Doge. Don't trust in me, right? But I just showed you what I was looking at and what I was seeing on the charts. That's all I showed. When is a good time to buy, Ricky? Somewhere along the line, there's going to be a pullback and there's going to be a red candle. And what I say is you look for those. I don't know when that's going to come. We saw some slight pullback early this morning. After it hit 23, it came down to 22.2. So I would expect something like that up here now that we're at 23.4. Maybe there's a pullback, to 22.9 or something. I could see that happening. But again, you're buying at a higher price. But that's how it is if you didn't buy before. Will it hit 20 cents again, 531? I don't know if it's going to go down that low. Right now, this pump is showing strength. It's showing strength. Feels good to see my portfolio up 37% for the year. Nice. Exactly. Why would you never sell your Doge? That's the entire point of buying it. Well, Johnny, some just want to spend it and use it, not sell it. And I get that. If I could have bought this house with Dogecoin and not had to sell it back to fiat and then do the transaction with fiat, I would have done that. I would have paid for the house directly with crypto. But no, the banks don't allow that. And you have to use a bank to get the check because the other side wants a check, right? They're not going to take crypto directly. So I had to sell the crypto, transfer it to my bank, and then get the check that then I delivered at the closing in order to get the keys to the house. But soon, someday, it's going to be, what's the Doge wallet? Click, click, click. Transfer the Doge over. That's what I want to do. I want to spend my Dogecoin, not sell it. And now accumulating more Dogecoin at 13 cents and then at 17 cents. When Doge is up at 50 cents or even $1, think about the power of Dogecoin. Let's say you bought it at 10 cents, right? And Doge goes to $1, right? That's 10x. You've got 10 times the buying power with that Dogecoin compared to what you put into it. Hey, the Queen of Doge is in the house. Welcome, Charlotte, on a Saturday. You checking in, taking a break from work? Or are you done for the day? Did you close up shop? We're having fun on a Saturday because look at Doge. Did you see the charts today, Charlotte? It's a good day. Now we're up to 23.5 cents. And Dogecoin helped me accomplish that. It was mostly on the backs of Dogecoin. I mean, Jasmine helped, And I had my whole list of all my other altcoins that I bought. And I had more of a diversified crypto portfolio because you never know which ones are going to do the best. I had a couple losers in there, but oh, you're taking the week off with your French friend. I get it, Charlotte. Awesome. Hope you're having fun. Hope you're having fun this week. The people that tell you to not sell at some point want to profit off of you. Not really. I mean, Dogecoin really doesn't work that way. I mean, somebody was saying like I was selling my bags in order to wreck other people. And it's just like, there's so many Dogecoin out there. My sales really didn't affect anything. It doesn't work that way. Charles, I am a believer that Doge is going to get back up there. Yes. Yep. It's okay to take a little profits once in a while. Yep. Get some life chips, as Raul says. Yeah, again, the Revolut, fintech banks. I mean, even Charlotte was showing the Dogecoin credit card, but in the end, the banks are still using fiat. They'll take your Doge, but they're not transferring your Doge to the other side. They're transferring fiat money. It's not an all crypto transaction yet. So thank you around town. I'm good for Doge, TA, a few beers. Not today. I'm drinking Sprite Zero right now. It's lunch hour, lunchtime. But I'll be enjoying some, I think we're having, what are we having tonight? I think it's Italian night, so I'll probably be drinking some wine tonight at dinner. So cheers to everybody. Sally's Dream in the house. I know, Bibbles, you failed. We didn't make 25 cents by Friday, but I love the optimism. Absolutely love the optimism. No more banks. That's my goal. They want that interest money. Yep. They want to use your money to make money. I bought my Roush only with Doge, bought more, now waiting. Good luck, Ambassador. You borrowed $150,000 for Doge and Gala. Be careful with borrowing to buy crypto. But yeah, I'm not going to pull profit from the house and buy back into Doge, Ramon. That's giving custody of my house back to a bank. No. Could I make a little more money doing that, Ramon? Yes, I probably could. But I do not want the bank to hold title on my house. This is my house. I bought it. I earned it. I'm not giving that up. Not giving that up. I hope that you representing Doge at the Bitcoin conference will have a better effect than being a Democrat at a Republican convention. Oh, I think it'll be cool. It'll be fun. Won't be the same. But yes, I will be at the Bitcoin conference in May, later this month, and I will be wearing my Doge shirt because I can. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, I just noticed this is all Doge, not following Bitcoin. Yep. Yep. What does Dogecoin's last market cap get us for a price? That was at $80 billion. So let me do the quick math here. So that would be 80 and I think it's 149 billion coins now. So that might be 54 cents. Would be up that high. Something like that. We don't have to get to 73 cents to meet the 2021 market cap high, because there's a lot more Doge now than there were. Maybe I did the math wrong. That was just a quick thing. Dog sold 500 Doge at 22 cents for a little bit of profit. I don't know if we're going to get back down there if you want to buy in more, but you took some profit. Again, nothing wrong with that. Everybody has a different plan. Ricky, you sold some to pay off a loan. Always a good thing. Getting out of debt. I say get out of debt first. That's more important than trying to maximize your profit on a crypto game. Get out of debt. Yes. Absolutely. You had to secure some cash. Nothing wrong with that. Are we going to get to 50 cents, Arfan? The charts are looking that way for this upcoming bull run, but it takes a lot. It's doubling in price from here, getting back up over 46, close to 50. That's going to take a big effort. That's a lot of buying, but it can make it. Ouchie says 24 cents and I'm back in the green. We're close. We're close. There's always a pullback, cyber shots. Yep, but who knows when. You have the mortgage all taken care of, all debt paid. Going to treat yourself to a 599 Ferrari. Yeah, why not, right? You only live once. My kids still want me to get some kind of supercar. And I'm like, we just got the house. Let me finish paying off the capital gains taxes and make sure we're all good with that. And then we'll start talking about a fun car. But I'm not ready for that yet. It'll probably pull back, maybe even to 20 cents. Yeah, but right now, Dogecoin, this hasn't been a straight candle up. This has been slow and steady over the past days, 17, 18, 19, 20. It hasn't been straight up. So I don't think there's that big of a pullback coming unless Bitcoin craps the bed. I mean, if Bitcoin drops back to 90K, then yeah, we'll probably see Doge back at 20 cents. But if Bitcoin keeps going sideways and maybe even continues its move up to 109, Dogecoin isn't going to drop that much. Sunday nights, Monday mornings, that's what we've seen lately, or when we see the reds, Sunday nights and Monday mornings. So if you're looking to buy on a red candle, probably target then. Oz almost 100% in Doge. And even then, you're thinking, I should have bought more. I know, right? Oh, John, you have been a bear, but now you're starting to get it, aren't you? Because you're having fun with it now, right? You're starting to get it now. Here we go, F1. Yep. ADA broke out. How's Cardano doing? 83 cents. Look at that. Cardano making a move now. Look at that. Is Cardano going to get back to $1? I had Cardano. I did a 4X on Cardano. Where was my sell price? My sell price was here at about 92 cents. So it's not too far from my sell price. Good for the ADA holders. Look at Doge on the daily, though. Strong move. Oh, Boss Mac, some negative talk is okay. I don't mind it as long as they're not trolling. But pullbacks do happen. Just right now at 23.5 cents, Doge is like, nope, I'm not pulling back right now. Aussie, what time is it there, man? Wait a minute. It's the middle of the night there. You're still awake? All eyes on Doge. Good evening to you, sir. Good evening. Nice to see people getting excited again. Yes. Jason reminds people to hit the like button. Of course, thank you. For those just coming in, we've been watching this Dogecoin move today. Overnight, last night, early this morning, Dogecoin came from 20 cents, over 21, over 22, touched over 23 early this morning. Had a little bit of a pullback to about 22.2. But during the live stream here, we've eclipsed 23 up to 23.5. Good, strong move. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is at 103.4 and is just going sideways. Bitcoin is just in this sideways mode here. So, some up and down, but just sideways. So this is not Bitcoin led. Bitcoin treading water. ETH going up some. ETH up to 24.8. ETH is about to get to 2,500. ETH is up 6%, but Doge is up 14% and just continues to show strength in buying with Dogecoin. That's what we're seeing. Look at this, 23.6 now. Doge is not slowing down. Yes, you did say that, Ramon. And not only Popcat and Pepe, but Moodang, right, and Peanut into Doge. And this is what we thought could happen, is that people will start taking their profits from those meme tokens once they see Doge moving, and it'll flow into Dogecoin. Because they know what Dogecoin can do, just like 2021, and it's doing it. It's doing it. You want to buy at 20 cents? Pyro? I don't see 20 cents in the cards again. Yeah, it'd be on the daily cyber shots. You want to look on a daily red candle down. Or if you're more interested in just catching a smaller dip, maybe a 4-hour candle. Because we look at the 4-hour chart here on Doge. If you wanted to get in, you had, a small opportunity on Friday morning, and then another opportunity here. Well, it's the middle of the night. If you were awake here in the United States, if you were in the middle of the night, you got a 4-hour red candle. But if you were waiting on the daily, there's no red candle yet since Wednesday. So as soon as this started moving up, Thursday morning, it's been green, green, green. There's no red candle. So the 4-hour chart hinted at a couple buy-in on this move up. But right now, Doge is not slowing down now to 23.7. We could hit 24 during the live stream. This is the kind of momentum that Doge has right now. This is where the FOMO's kicking in. The volume is coming up. Got green candles coming up. LFG. Exactly, challenge. Burn the bear suits. Yes. Hey, when Anthony comes back in here and starts saying, Kriss, you were right, then I know I've made it. That's when I know I've made it. Good day, John. How are you? Let's go. Dollar Doge. Again, don't See, I like the bullish run we're having from 2021, but don't get the mindset from 2021 where you're going to diamond hand it all the way to $1 because we don't know whether $1 is going to be reached. Again, make your plan. If you're just buying Dogecoin for the long term, like years ahead, and you're just going to be hodling for years, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. You're just going to round trip, through these cycles again and again. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're investing and you want to take profits, don't get caught in on a certain price like $1, because we saw that in 2021. Dogecoin hit 73 cents and nope. Glauber, the Dogecoin millionaire, he didn't sell. KrissPax with his Doge didn't sell. I was just in the mindset, yeah, I'm waiting for $1 to take any profits, and didn't sell any. So I played it different this time, but I had a different goal this time. So who has the lowest fees for transferring crypto to fiat? Well, that would be selling, Trog. You don't transfer crypto to fiat. You sell your crypto for fiat, and then you transfer to your bank, I guess you're trying to do, or something. I guess. Will Dogecoin go back to 20 cents? We'll see. I know, Matafalca, you and your XRP. Good luck. You know how I feel about XRP. I put it out there on X. So now you know. That's my opinion. Is it 100% correct? I don't know, but you got to wonder. You got to wonder. But I think you'll do well on your XRP. You'll do fine. Well, Bibbles, it didn't hit 25 cents by Friday. So no credit. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's all good. When's your estimate on the pullback? At what price? I wish I knew. Boy, if I knew that, First Class Media, I would trade it, right? If you see what the future is and you know exactly when something's going to happen at what price, I would trade it with millions of dollars. I don't know. All we can do is look at what the trend is. And the trend right now, as we're watching this, is continued buying pressure, price going up. There's little pullbacks that happen, and each time they just get bought right back up. That's why I'm on the 15-minute chart here. We're just watching this in real time. I have not heard of a real estate token called Proppy. XRP is disappointing. And Mona, I get that. And there's a lot of reasons for it. And Matafalca and I were having that discussion this morning on X. So check out my X account here at KrissPax, and look at my replies, and you can see what I was saying about XRP to Mr. Matafalca here, and you can see what my take is on XRP and why I think XRP has been disappointing. Best Saturday ever. Now up 275K. That's a good day. That's a good day. Yep. You hope Doge pays off your debt? It got me out of any debt that I had. It's now gone. Feels good. How about the Trump token, Kilmar? Okay, I haven't looked at that in a while. What's the Trump token doing today? $14. It's kind of going sideways too. Just sideways. Came down to 1380 early this morning, now back to 1430. But yeah, kind of sideways on Trump token. Where Doge is going up. Probably should have swapped those Trump tokens over to Doge when I was thinking about it, but I was like, I want Trump to go back to $16 and sell it there. Should have just done it at 14. But my Trump collectibles are still in my wallet. Trump collectibles. How many Doge in circulation? You can go to CoinMarketCap, and Dogecoin says 149 billion. 149 billion Dogecoin now. A lot more than there were in 2021. SWI will be the start of the bull run. I called SWI as a top 10 currency back 2 years ago when it was at the number 65. Bought a bunch of SWI, sold it in January for a big profit to help buy the house. SWI was one of the big ones that I had. But I'm sure SWI will continue to trade well. But it's not leading. It's not the start of the bull run. That's Dogecoin and ETH, not SWI. But no doubt SWI's doing well. It's a good project to be in. I still hold some SWI. Not a lot, but I still have some. Oh, the PaxCat account. Nice of you to join in, Cat. Likes and subscribes, everyone. Special Saturday live stream today. It's a good day. It's a good day. Hello, Lambo. Ferrari takes Dogecoin. I think Porsche does now too. I don't know if they take it directly. I think you go through like a BitPay or something. And Ferrari may not necessarily accept Dogecoin on their end. They may just take the fiat. But yeah, you can use Dogecoin to buy, but not a Lambo. How far up is this move going to go, Annie? That's a great question. I mean, it's still showing strength up near 23.7. So we haven't had that pullback yet. So let's see 24. I'm just taking it a penny at a time. Resistance at 25 or 27. Again, we got to go back a while, right? Since Doge has been at this level. March 2nd. Well, that'd be 24 cents right there, March 2nd on that little peak right there. So yeah, I can see some resistance there at 24, about 24.1 right there. I just go straight. I don't do this exotic technical analysis looking at fib lines and all that stuff. That's not me. 23.8. Not slowing down, guys. Can ETH flip Bitcoin? I don't think so, Abdelram. That's a huge move for ETH without Bitcoin moving much. I don't see it. From 300 billion to 2 trillion. So that's like 6, almost 7x for ETH with Bitcoin not moving. No. I do not see that. Can ETH start doing well from here? It looks like it. ETH is all of a sudden, everyone's starting to talk about ETH again. Hey, Zach, good to see you as well. Welcome on a Saturday. Dogecoin now up 16% in 24 hours. Doing well. Continuing to move up, getting close to 24. You know, I should just take this next line. That's our target line, 24 cents right there. Let's put that on the chart. 23.9. And then we'll just change the color of the previous one to blue because that's behind us now. And now red is the next at 24 right there. So close. Trump wrote The Art of the Deal. You should write a book and call it The Art of the Dip. I don't follow Turbo, Manuel. It's probably going to do well. It's another meme token. It'll probably do well, but I don't follow it. Never selling your Doge is like buying a new car and never driving it. Take some profit, enjoy the ride every now and then. Yeah, unfazed. I can't believe people were still giving me crap about selling a bunch of my Doge and buying a house. I'm just like, I've told everyone for 2 years that was my goal. That was my plan. For 2 years. I know a lot of people are new, just coming in, and they don't know. They weren't around when I was talking about wealth building. You know, when Bitcoin was 17K and Doge was 6-7 cents. And I was talking about wealth building, the bottom of the bear market. There was no interest in crypto at the time in that bear market. Man, that was the time to buy. That was the time to go all in. Some people, I guess, are jealous that I actually did it. But I get it, though. But I was here, and you can look back on my channel, all my videos and live streams from a couple of years ago. And here we are. We talked about Swiftcoin last night. Someone asked about it. And I don't follow it anymore. I held it for a little bit and did some profit, but 1.7 cents. Yeah, it's just kind of up a little bit. Up a little bit from yesterday. Yeah, we looked at it somewhere during the live stream here at around 1.6. So I guess after the live stream, it pumped a little bit up to 1.8. So that's good. Good luck with it. ETH's pumping now too. Yeah, 2,500 ETH. It hit it. ETH did hit 2,500. Look at that. Strong move by ETH this morning and this afternoon. Again, ETH up 7%, Doge up over 15%. And Bitcoin, it's just going sideways. It's just sideways. It's sitting this one out. Look at that strong move by ETH. Well, you know what this means, right? You know what this means. Guess what the Bitcoin dominance chart looks like? Red. Anybody shorting Bitcoin dominance? Is anybody shorting this chart? This is a good short. Bitcoin dominance is starting to make that downward move as Crypto Rover talked about right here on this chart I showed earlier. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Crypto Rover was saying this looks like it's setting up for that big move down, similar to what happened in 2021 and what drove that big 2021 move down. Mostly it was Doge. ETH did very well, yes. And this is the ETH versus Bitcoin chart here. So we could start to see that. But are people really going to sell their Bitcoin to buy ETH? Do you think that's going to happen this time? I don't. I don't think that's going to happen this time. But nice move for ETH over 2,500. See if it holds. It's hanging on right here, right now, 2,500. You bought more XRP, Metafalca? Good luck with your XRP. Good luck. Your business had to wait 10 days for a customer's insurance check to clear. 10 days, the bank made interest off that while you were stuck waiting. I know the banks are just evil. ETH is undervalued. Many believe that. Yes. It's just been traded so bad. Again, my narrative on ETH is that it's no longer proof of work. So all the miners left. And that's really what helped it in 2021 more than anything, was that the profitability on the mining. And now that's all gone, which is why I don't think ETH is going to outperform Bitcoin. Why ETH has taken that nosedive versus Bitcoin so bad. Benjamin's here, lurking. Welcome. Will is buying some Bitcoin. There's nothing wrong with adding some Bitcoin to your portfolio. And gifted a membership. Did you, N? Awesome. Who got the membership? Let me scroll up here. Who got the membership? I'm way behind on the chats here. Trog Loken. Hey, welcome, Trog. You got the membership. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I used to own SHIB. I sold it, and I'm glad to be done with it. I'm happy with Doge. I'm not going to buy SHIB again. Diamond hands on the house. Exactly, Joseph. Why would I take a loan off of my house? No, I don't want a bank having any part of my house. Jay, here's my thing on property taxes. I've said this before. If my house is, if there's a fire at my house, I expect a fire engine to come, right? If there's a riot and crime in my neighborhood, I expect the police to come. If my kids were still school age, I would expect them to go to the local public school. Who pays for the fire department? Who pays for the police department? Who pays the teachers, right, and the education system in your town or city? Your property taxes. That's why we have property taxes. I will gladly pay that for what the town gives me back. I've got a sewer system here, right? If something goes wrong with the sewer system, it would be nice if the town came out and fixed it, right? Your property taxes pay for that. The government does not own my house. Now, if I no longer pay the property taxes, eventually they could seize my house. Yes, the town could seize it. But come on. You get the benefits. Exactly, Johnny. People just, this is such a weak argument. Such a weak argument. Hey, Troglokin, yes, you saw and got you the membership. Awesome. Manuel, only you can answer that question about taking profits on Doge and buying ETH. So. Jason's looking at 54 cents to pay off his house. Nice target. ETH, the most hated rally. I know, right? My biggest loss, probably, it's probably a toss-up between Boom on optimism. They both did pretty poorly. But not as a beginner, because as a beginner, when I started, it was Doge. And there was no loss on buying Doge as a beginner at 2 cents. I was always in profit on the Doge. Always. I did buy some Harmony one up at like 20 cents and it nosedived down to 3, but then it came back up. I bought more on the dip, lowered my average, and I ended up in profit. So I learned from that. Watching Doge go from 74 cents all the way back to 6 cents was your biggest loss, but only if you sold, and you didn't. How much they take off for capital gains, Charles, depends on where you live. If you're in the United States, it also depends on what state you're in, because states have different tax laws. So, and is it a long-term or short-term capital gain? That's the other. Sunday nights are red because Asian markets open and there are always a bit of a selling action for the Monday morning. Could be. Could be. Johnny, no shoulda, woulda, couldas here. No shoulda, wouldas with bonk. I made a lot of profit on bonk last year. Arbitrum, I don't think the layer 2 on Arbitrum is going to be a long-term deal. I think this is a short-term run on Arbitrum. With the Pectra upgrade, Ethereum is working more towards becoming a much more efficient L1. So why do you need the L2s? Optimus and Arbitrum, I don't think are going to do well long-term. That's me. That is me. Justin Justice, how are you? Welcome. Welcome everybody else who's come in. We're watching the Doge charts here, trying to get to 24 cents. Come on, 24, as Boss Max says. We were close right there. It got to 23.94 right there about 20 minutes ago. So is this the start of a pullback here that we're seeing? Maybe. We'll see what support Doge has his. This is a 15-minute chart. We're zoomed in, just seeing the price action now. Mm-mm-mm. 23 is ridiculous. It's looking fine by me. We'll see when Anthony comes back, Vitz. We'll see. We'll see. Right. It's hard to like pick a number when we're so far away from those numbers. You got to just see how the markets do and then make your decisions. Hey, Yasser. Yep, I'm well. Please continue the live stream, even though in case it's possible I have a good effect on it. Okay, I'll try. I'll try. Love you too, Matafalca. You know, people will make money on XRP. It's fine. Again, like I said earlier, I just don't like the project. You can be a bear, but just don't do it around me. The trend is your friend till the end. Adam, you're stopping back in. We're still here. Looks like a little profit taking at the moment. Little profit taking. Bitcoin has a red candle right now. ETH hit 2,500 and then is getting rejected. So maybe this is kind of Bitcoin and ETH related, that Doge has this red candle. We'll see. I'm not taking any profits right now. I don't have any prices in mind for profits. Again, I took most of my profit already back in January. So now the Doge I do have, I don't have any price targets on. So if it plays out like I think it will this fall, the price will go higher than what my price targets are that I would guess at now. So I'm just going to watch it grow. We are all going to make it. Jared, you sold your XRP for profit, put it into Doge, and now you're up. Nice. All right, Vince is going to ask the Magic 8 Ball. We have a Magic 8 Ball question, folks. Magic 8 Ball question in the house. Will we see 25 cents by Sunday? This is the question for the Magic 8 Ball. Of course, we're doing this on a Saturday, early afternoon, where I am in Boston. The question is, for the Magic 8 Ball, will we see Dogecoin price of 25 cents by Sunday? And the Magic 8 Ball says, outlook not so good. The Magic 8 Ball says outlook not so good. So there you go, Vince. Not the answer you wanted, I know. But we ask the Magic 8 Ball and the Magic 8 Ball because it's going to be 27 cents, Adam. The outlook not so good because it's going to be 30 cents. I love it. You guys are great. You guys are great. That's awesome. Everybody share the live stream, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Do we buy now asking for a friend? MB, from the time you wrote that to the time where I'm now looking at your chat, there's a red candle on the 15-minute. There's a little red candle on the 30-minute. On the 1 hour, it's still green. So you decide. You decide. Bitcoin's 1 hour is red. ETH's is green. And Doge's is green on the 1 hour chart. So you decide. Invest with Alan is calling this a fake pump. I think some probably called for fake pumps in 2021 too. Pump till the Indy 500. I like that. I like that. XRP is probably fine as a long-term investment, Nelson. I just don't like the project. Just don't like it. Hey, Luca. Yep, little crazy pump going on. We might see 25 cents by the end of the weekend, but the Magic 8 Ball just said, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't have a target to take my next slice, Gavin. I'm waiting to see what happens. Again, I already took most of my profit, threw it into a house. So now I'm just riding the wave. How are we feeling about Solana, Nelson says. You know, Solana is in the red today. Solana has just been going sideways since Friday morning. Just straight sideways on Solana. And so if you look at the ETH Solana chart, the Doge Solana chart, they're all up because Solana's just sitting this move out, just sideways. Now, it's a short-term deal. Solana's at 172. If we zoom out on the 4 hour, Solana did make its move here last week. So came over our 150. We had this blue line here at 150 that was resistance. Blew past that late Wednesday into Thursday. So that's a good move. And now just kind of hanging. Is Solana going to dip back down to like 160s? Doesn't look like it right now. Doesn't look like it right now. Yeah, you never know on those moves, on those memes, Nelson. So don't kick yourself about selling with too soon. It kept going, but you made the decision you made. Yeah, I used to have the liquidations. I had the volume turned up on liquidations when the shorts were getting wrecked. That was fun. Maybe I'll do that again sometime. Impacts we trust. Thank you. How you're live so late? Comment way ahead. That's because I got behind on the comments. I'm trying to catch up. Safe Moon. Yeah, let's look at that Safe Moon chart. Dang, I was excited to see 23 cents, mowed the grass, and here we go. Yep. Johnny, I did the whole swing trade thing. That's a risk. That's a risk. There's so many things to be looking at in terms of answering that question. How long have you owned that Doge? Are you gonna, well, you're gonna sell at a loss. Do you have other coins that you sold for profit this year and you want to even out your tax? Maybe. There's a lot of things to think about. Am I going to buy Doge miners this summer? Maybe. It's still a big maybe. Yeah, coleslaw. Remember that? Don't F it up video? I made that last fall. We were watching Raul Paul and his whole don't F it up theory. And I like echoed those words, right? What was the price of Dogecoin then? It was about 10 cents, 9 cents. Don't F it up. Crypto finally waking up, Darren says. Yes. Hi, Nye. How are you? I'm just trying to get caught up in the chat here. So sorry if I didn't get your chat. Are we going to get X payments? I think this fall X payments will launch finally. X money, it's called now on X. Won't have crypto, won't have Doge when it launches. It'll just be fiat. Pengu goes up and down, kind of crazy swings. Do the Celtics make it a series? It's going to be a good game this afternoon. The Celtics, if they just play smart and don't kick themselves in the butt, they'll win. Mark my words, right, Lucifer? Mark my words. 10 cents by Friday. Nope. But nice to see you back, Lucifer. We missed you. Lucas 30-cent goal for Doge is looking good right now. Andy, this is TradingView. Anybody can call this up. It's just on the web, www.tradingview.com, and you can create your own free account and save your own coins into your watch list and draw your own lines and do all of that. TradingView.com. It's free. Now, you can pay a monthly fee and you can add a lot of stuff like Tom Crown uses. He's got all the multiple windows and does all. I don't do that. This is just the free version. You can do that too. Yeah, we looked at Bitcoin dominance. It's dropping. Bitcoin dominance just dropping. Wish I could have shorted that, right? Short Bitcoin dominance. I am just sold. No shame in that. It's okay. Take some profits. That's all right. But if you're doing it particularly in order to buy back in at a lower price, there's no guarantee it's going to go much lower. And then what did you gain out of it? And it might even just turn around and even go higher. And then you miss out, like I showed on my video clip from last night's live stream that's here on my X account. If you want to watch that, it's just a 2-minute video where Doge was at 20 cents at the time. Somebody sold when it hit 21 and they were going to buy back at 19. And guess what? Didn't happen. Did not go back to 19. Doge just turned around and went higher. The 8 ball is wrong this time. I wish Robinhood would add selling by tax lots for crypto. I haven't seen that. I just buy and sell whatever I feel like buying and selling. $0.15 by Sunday. You have been here in the past, Diendo. I remember you. You've been a bear before. Oh, but you're saying 2026. Ah, I get you. I get you now. The question, do we buy now, is outdated. I still get the question, though. I always get the question. Hey, Nate, how are you? Everybody's pumping for the weekend. That's good. I did a whole video on a Dogecoin ETF on my channel. I got into the details of exactly what an ETF is. So just go on to my YouTube channel there. Just go to my YouTube channel and just do a search under Dogecoin ETF, and my video will come up. So watch that video. I explain it all there. Weather Girl's in the house. The early crew, exactly. 25 cents by tomorrow. 30 cents by Monday. Is there a cup and handle on the hourly Pepe chart? On the hourly Pepe chart. Cup and handle. Yes, there is. What does it mean, though? Anything? But there is. There it is. Your cup and handle, courtesy of Mr. Pepe. All it means is that there was a dip this morning where Doge didn't have much of a dip and actually went higher than the spring point for Pepe's. So I'll take Doge's price action any day over what Pepe just did to form the cup and handle. Yeah, Tim, good question. How impressed was Miss Pax that you actually pulled off the house thing? She's rather subdued. But when we finally pulled it off, we're sitting on the couch. She taps me on my knee and says, "Good job." And that was it. That was it. She didn't believe we'd actually be able to do it. And then when we did it, she was like, "Good job." That's a lot coming from her. That's a lot. That was a good question. Exactly. But that was it. It was like, good job. It's like, okay. Oh. Exactly. If you're feeling like you sold whiff too early, but you made profit, it's like never regret it. You took your profit. Yep. You're never going to hit the top, right? You're never going to buy at the exact bottom. So you can't have any regrets. Doge is the people's coin. Fate loves irony. Doge full of surprises. The dips are a test of loyalty. Exactly, Frank. All of that is true. Yep. Apothesy. Is this the start of alt season? Well, there are many predicting it. ETH starting to run. Bitcoin probably will continue up, but not as fast. So what does that mean? That means Bitcoin dominance will go down. ETH Bitcoin will go up. We'll see total go up. Total 2 will go up. It's feeling like the start of an alt season, that's for sure. Orbison, great question. We covered this earlier, but I don't mind repeating it for this one because a lot of people don't get this. So Orbison asks, is it better that Doge is gradually gaining a penny a day instead of a sharp increase of 20 cents? And my answer is yes. The slow and steady gains are better for Dogecoin, but it keeps the huge shorters like Barry Silbert from coming in and opening multi-million dollar shorts. Slow and steady gains, so much better. Also, what you get is more buying on the slow and steady increase that allows Dogecoin to hold those new levels much better, in my opinion. So yes, if we saw a 20-cent increase in a day, it would come crashing back down. We saw that back in 2022 when Elon bought Twitter and Dogecoin like doubled in price and then came crashing all the way back down. That was not good for Doge's price. Daniel, the entire work shift has been watching the stream. Oh, happy I work alone. Oh, you got me. Azriel, welcome. New here. Like the stream, subscribe, please. You're a Doge fan. Good place to be. Yeah. You made it. Beautiful day, Ali. Yes. Wesley thinks alt season is starting now. I am too. ETH is looking strong today. Doge looking very strong. And Bitcoin's just kind of going sideways. Up and down, sideways. Bitcoin. Not dropping. Going sideways. The magic 8 ball is broked. It's broked. Niels, I'm happy I didn't sell because of your positive attitude. Don't put that on me. You're the one who decided not to hit the sell button. So that's on you. I'm just showing you the charts and showing you the patterns. Doesn't mean that's exactly what's going to happen, but you know that I have been positive. So, yep. A Sandman event. All BRICS coin countries are planning to sell off all US dollar holdings at the same time. I don't know what that is, Frank. I don't know about that. It sounds bad, but in the end, US dollar is gaining in strength. We have some countries like turning their backs on BRICS, coming back to the US dollar. Hey, wild man, a little late now. The cat won't get off your keyboard. I have that problem sometimes too. Bruce, you want to swing trade Meggle? Come on the Meggle train? Both I'm new and I are waiting for it to drop below $1.30 right now. So Meggle's at around $1.60. So we're waiting. Gotta love Miss KrissPax for that good job. That's the best I got. Was that? Good job. When Dogecoin is $1 and I have my big party in Boston, Miss Pax will be there. That's when everyone will meet Miss Pax. The Dogecoin dollar party. Ramon, you like the story? Say good job. Reminds me of my girl. I just told her we almost broke 300K today in profit, and she was like, cool. I like that. That's a good one. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, someone asked about Arbitrum, Shane. I think Arbitrum is a short-term thing. Again, I mean, great that Arbitrum's going up like this. This is a great move. Here it is from, let's take the low on Wednesday at 29.97 up to now. And that's a 40% move. That's awesome, right? For Arbitrum, awesome. I think this is all going to be short-lived, though. If Ethereum continues on its plan for essentially being a leaner L1, Arbitrum and Optimism long-term aren't going to do well because they're L2s on ETH. So, but this is a nice move, yes. Not a bad move. We zoom out on the 4-hour and we're like, you know, ETH or Arbitrum's got a long way to go. I sold my Arbitrum up here at about 60 cents. That's where I took my profit on ARB. And that was after it had already fallen from being over $1. So, but this is a nice start. Very strong move on a comeback. But again, I don't think these L2s on ETH, it's going to be, I don't think this is a long-term play. I guess that's what I'm saying. You're better off taking your ARB profits and rolling it into ETH, I think. But that 40% move, very nice. No doubt. Very nice for ARB. Meanwhile, Doge is just, boom. What did Doge do during that same time frame? 42%. So about the same as ARB, a little bit better. Hello, Eric. Welcome. The slow and steady FOMO. I like that. Good story, Ramon. Good story. It's all good. You sold in November, bought back last month. Boy, that's hard to do. To wait months to buy back in at a lower price. Good luck. Jaku, greetings. Daniel, do only good every day. Thank you. Again, tomorrow I will have a Mother's Day live stream, Sunday afternoon, starting about 4 o'clock East Coast time. Make sure that you're subscribed. You got your notifications on so you know when I go live. You get that little reminder. It's like, oh yeah, Kriss is live. Let's go check that out. There's a lot going on. A lot going on right now. Bitcoin doesn't have to tap out for alt season to start, Eric. Bitcoin can still continue to move up its slow and steady ways. It doesn't have to drop, but alts can outperform it. That can still happen. Doge is the future of crypto. We'll see. House of Doge is working on it. Doge ETFs. I think there's better than a good chance the Doge ETFs will get approved. It has its own blockchain. It's decentralized. Supply isn't actually unlimited because only a certain amount can be mined per year. Thank you for saying the truth about that. Because all the bears, all they do is they come out and here and say it's unlimited, unlimited. And it's just like, did you really look at it? Yes, over infinite amount of time, it's unlimited. Pax Catley sees lots of shrimp in his future. You sold your Trump collectible tokens and bought more Doge last night. I did not do that. And Daniel, I should have done that. That's one time when I was like, yeah, I should have done that. Gotten out of the mess, the Trump collectible mess, but I'm still holding them. Yeah, Junha, I did a whole video on ETFs last fall. So again, go to my YouTube channel after the live stream and just type in the search, just type in Dogecoin ETF. My video will pop up. Watch that. Ah, Monica, do you think if the US crypto has no capital gains for taxes that could go into effect for 2025? Hey, if they can pass that this year, it will be in effect for this year. Now, they could do something where it's only for the profits you make after the law is passed. Somebody had suggested that. And I was like, no, don't mess it up. Do it for the whole year. I don't know if that's going to be part of the tax bill or not, though. I don't know. Archangel, wanted to thank you for being a blessing for the community. Been following for a while. Awesome. Love it. Thank you. Exactly, Apothecary. That's what I say. Doesn't matter if BTC tops or not. Bitcoin dominance and ETH price matters for an alt season. Exactly. Giuseppe, welcome. Huckleberry, you've been gone for a while. How's everything going? Did you get the house squared away? Yep. This is it. You see my background. This is my office. I have a fireplace here in my office. Look at that. It's pretty nice. House is good. You call yourself divorce services. Well, I guess there is a need for that. I did have that at one point in time. So 19 cents is not in the cards right now. 19 cents is not in the cards right now. Unless Bitcoin is going to dump down to like 90K. Then we could maybe see Doge at 19 cents. But I do not see that. Or 18 even, Jade. No. I was under the impression money moves from Bitcoin to Ethereum and finally to altcoins. That was the narrative in the past. But now we're under a different area where Bitcoin is now being more bought by institutions, governments, companies, much less retail. Retail money is going to go into ETH and the alts, not Bitcoin. There'll be some Bitcoin. People will be buying little bits of Bitcoin, but they'll buy more ETH and the alts. They'll think Bitcoin is too big. I'm going to make more profits with ETH and the alts, not Bitcoin. Exactly. Alts can rise alongside Bitcoin as well and can outperform Bitcoin. Like I've been saying with Doge. Wiley, thank you for that thought. I will tell Miss Pax Happy Mother's Day. I will pass that along. Always tough when you lose a loved one, especially a mother. Completely understand. Red Bull, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Well, we're having fun together. Got a great community here. Everyone here, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, Please give a subscribe. I'll be live tomorrow. I'll be live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, no, not Thursday next week. I have an event next Thursday, so I will not be live next Thursday. I'm going to take that one off. Life happens. Do you think the ETFs will make the high volatility Doge has less? Would less volatility be better for using as a form of payment? Bruce, yeah, both of those things are true. I think it could possibly slow down the volatility some. We've seen with the Bitcoin ETFs that those ETF holders are kind of fickle as to what the overall markets are doing. So if the stock market is going down, the Bitcoin ETFs have gone down. So, but hey, if the stock market, after there's a Dogecoin ETF, if the stock market decides to be up only and rocket ship fuel, like Trump is saying, that'll be good for the Doge ETF. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Do you pay taxes when you take profit, or do you have to wait? You wait, Brian. You've got to keep written down somewhere or in your mind, like how much you're going to owe on capital gains tax. And you have to pay it by April. This is in the United States. You have to pay it by April 15th the following year. So you add up all your crypto profits at the end of the year. And then that's what you put on your Schedule D, which then goes on to your 1040. So you got to keep that chunk of money set aside to pay the taxes. I'm going to have a big tax bill next year. Big tax bill. Bruce asks a Doge ETF question. Monica asks a Doge ETF question. You guys have Doge ETF on the brain, the both of you. You guys must have been talking about it or something. Yes, fingers crossed for no capital gains tax. Again, the ETF, as we've seen on Bitcoin, I think it's going to be more of the ETF inflows and outflows following the general overall markets, as we've seen with Bitcoin. So when the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ go down, then there's more outflows than inflows. Generally, that's what we've seen with the Bitcoin ETF. But man, I mean, the BlackRock and the number of BlackRock investors that have been buying that Bitcoin ETF has just been amazing. And that's helped Bitcoin do its slow and steady gains, even through some of this, tariff upheaval. Yeah. Remember when Elon got his mom Dogecoin for Mother's Day? Imagine what would happen if everyone gave mom some Doge on Mother's Day. That will be awesome. Yeah, that was on Saturday Night Live, May 8th. It was the day before Mother's Day that year, 2021. Elon gifted his mother Dogecoin for Mother's Day. Bruce, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Will Doge ever hit $1? Jay Struck asks. We don't know. How much momentum is Doge going to get? How much actual real world usage is Dogecoin going to have? I think all of that are going to be catalysts that could send Doge near $1. It's going to be hard to get over $1. It's going to be hard to even meet $1. So many people are going to be taking profits. It'll be hard. Cavs had a good game against the Pacers. So Celtics have a challenge to overcome as well with the Knicks. So we'll wait. We'll wait, Greedy Meatball. I like your new name. The Greedy Meatball from Cleveland. Got a tough week ahead of us both. I mean, you still got to win 3 more games. Yeah, there will be a pullback, but I don't think it's going to be a deep one. That's kind of what I feel. It's not going to be a deep one. We could come back into the 22s, but below that right now, again, Bitcoin is just kind of hanging out, going sideways. But again, Sunday night, Monday morning, again, we're going to talk more about this tomorrow on Sunday and how that looks. ETF allows institutional money to flow into the asset easier. Can be both good and bad. They can pull money out just as easy. Yep. If your first buy was 30 cents and you sold at 16, that's a loss, Ricky. So that goes, you balance that against any other crypto gains you made during the year. A lot of people like to do this tax loss harvesting at the end of the year and try and balance out their gains and losses so they don't have to pay any capital gains tax. Hard to do that in a bull market when everything's going up, because then you don't have much losses, but some people try and do that. Yes, Brian, 35%. And it depends on what state you're in. Some states are a little more lenient on those capital gains. But yeah, if you target 35% of your profits for tax, you should be good. Indy 500 coming up May 25th. 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from the Indy 500. The Dogecoin car going around the Indy 500. I don't do any margin investing. I know Robinhood is offering something, right? Whatever. It's gambling. If you know what you're doing, but I think most are not, and they're going to lose. I mean, the only reason Robinhood is offering it is because they're going to make money off you. That's why. They're going to make money off of you. So be careful. Toshi's up 60. Yeah, people have been asking about Toshi. So it's the Toshi day today. Yesterday it was Mudang, right? And Peanut. And today's Toshi. Awesome. Toshi's going to do the same thing Peanut did yesterday, is my guess. So here's Toshi up at 0.00076. Let me just say, okay, right here. There's Toshi. Let's look at the Peanut chart. This is what happened yesterday on Peanut. Which one was it that we did? This one here. Yep. This is what happened to Peanut yesterday. Yeah, this was the darling yesterday, was Peanut. Up, 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 up. And it was at, when it was like 35 cents, I said, yeah, this looks like it's going to top out at 40 and then fall back. And look at it. It ended up coming to 42. And now it's all the way down to 33. Dropping. This is what Toshi has coming. So be careful. Yes, and never forget Peanut the squirrel. I was surprised people are buying Peanut like this. It's like, what? How is Peanut? How is this Peanut token, which was a last year token, when all of that happened with the stupid squirrel, the poor squirrel, I shouldn't say stupid, the stupid New York police or whoever it was that killed the squirrel. Anyway, why is everybody buying this in May of 2025? I don't know, but I pretty much called the top, and it's fallen off since. This will be Toshi Sunday, falling off. Take your profit. Good luck. That's all I say. Dogecoin has a much better chance of holding its gains than something like Peanut or Mudang. So be careful. Be careful out there. You're also in Massachusetts, Brian? Yes, you pay the same as me then on those capital gains. Unless the feds change it. And that'll just be a bonus for us. That'll be nice. Just the same, it could retrace to 22, but it could also pop up into the 30s. Yep. Doge can do that. Grows word of mouth. Kids are more into Dogecoin than many adults. Democratized finance. I vote Doge be $1. I like that. I've tried explaining over and over, Fisher says, to family and friends to buy into Doge, but they're all so skeptical of crypto, they won't touch it. Yeah. Can I show ADA? Yeah. We looked at Cardano early, having a nice run. Oh, pulling back. Yeah, we looked at it right when it was up here at 83 cents. It's having a bit of a pullback. Again, ETH hit 25, pulled back. Doge just about touched 24 cents before its pullback. I hope PopCat has a huge retrace and they all FOMO into Doge. Hey, Bobby, Knicks in 6 could be. Could be the Knicks in 4. The way the Celtics, if the Celtics don't change their game and don't shoot themselves in the foot. But they are what they are. They either hit their threes or they don't. So, I mean, Brunson's great, no doubt, but that's all on the Celtics. It's such a dumb game. Both of them were just dumb. We're just dumb. All right, that's what I got for today, guys. Hey, thank you, everybody, for joining in on a Saturday special live stream. I'll be live again tomorrow, a special Mother's Day live stream. I usually am live Sunday afternoon anyway, but look for that. Make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure you got your notifications on. Always leave a comment after the stream is done. All my streams become videos on my channel. You can always leave a comment as well. We'll see. Are we going to be over 24 cents tomorrow, celebrating Mother's Day, maybe even higher? Or is there going to be this dip down in the 22s or 21s for people that missed out on the run? Maybe you get a second chance. We'll see whether that happens. Until then, everyone, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.